Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Kayle, and we'll be facing off against the 10-star adventure from the Nightmares campaign. I haven't played Kayle in a while, and this should prove interesting because Kayle's game plan is rather slow. So against this adventure where we need to be fast in order to deal with all of the buffs the opponent might get from their powers, I feel like Kayle will have a fairly interesting matchup. Obviously we clear the entire board when we play a 10 plus attack powered champion, and 5 plus power allies do deal 3 to everything, so that's enough to clear most of the powers at the beginning stages. But other than that, or when we reach the last adventure, that won't work anymore, so we're going to have to find a solution for that. We'll see. Over-prepared, Mystic Meditation, Fast Steal. Fast Steal gets us through our deck faster, we see more cards. In the meantime, Mystic Meditation reduces the cost of spells. Besides the what's it called? The Blessing of Targon. That won't work on anything else. I'm pretty sure we get the Blessing of Targon at the start of the turn, and then it has its cost reduced by 1. And it has Mana Potion by default, so it will be a 2-cost Blessing of Targon. That might be worth it, just so we can maybe draft into higher cost spells. Yeah, sure. We'll make it work. It allows us to save or rerolls in case we get something that's worse later on, at least. Let's toss the Blind Caretaker. And the Mystic, the Gift Giver as well. I guess we'll keep everything else. Right, I'm taking the normal setup I take on Kayle because this allows me to start with 5 mana. The Luminous Orb is just there to make Kayle Titanic, so Starforge Gauntlets procs, and then Starfire Spell Blade does what it does normally and just allows me to get 1 plus 1 mana. The extra attack is irrelevant. Yeah, like I figured, the Mystic Meditation procs right away, so we get immediate discounts on the Blessing of Targon. I was hoping that the Solari Shieldbearer would get +1/+1 from our power, and then it would proc our other power, dealing 3 to everything. I haven't played this deck in a while, so I don't remember exactly how the interactions work. This is not too good for us. At least we can chain this, get rid of the Zoe at the very least. Hopefully we won't take too much damage here. Let's block here, I guess. We're taking a lot of damage. That's because of my misplay at the beginning. At least the opponent won't get another buff on his units. Let's do Blinded Mystic.
She called me betrayer.
Clears 3. Then we'll attack with my units. Guess I'll pull here. Since my Wounded White Flame has regeneration, don't have to worry about it dying. And this puts more pressure on the opponent's units. So sure. Finally leveled up Kayle, so next turn is pretty clear cut. We just play Kayle, clear the opponent's board, And then the turn afterwards we kill the opponent with our massive double attacking unit. Let's deny the healing. And let's try to minimize the amount of damage taken. We still clear the opponent's entire board. Ouch. Let's try and bait the opponent into playing something else before I play the Kayle. Yeah, I knew he had something besides the units he already had on board. Yeah, he plays one last unit, he gets a full board of units here, but we have a 15 attack overwhelm double attacking unit. That should be more than enough to close out the game. Especially if I just do this and take away the opponent's highest attack blocker. Or highest health blocker as well. Stack for both. Ooh! Just barely one under. There we go. That gets us there, the Mikhail's blessing. Good thing I decided to save both of them. 19 health from 42. That doesn't bode well for us. Maybe we can get some life steal along the way. We definitely don't have enough regeneration. If I take Crumbling Sands, we are incentivized to take it, I guess, because we have the cost reduction on spells. And it's better than the other units that we had alongside there. Death's Grasp, Legion of the Severed, Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser is a form of healing. LeBlanc cares about 5+ attack units as well. And when LeBlanc and the Thorn of the Rose come down, they both deal 3 to everything already. And then we have Garen, which is free. We can play on turn 1. Procs the power immediately. These are all very good choices. Mordekaiser is slow, but Kayle is already slow, so I don't think we want 2 slow champions. So I guess it's between the LeBlanc and the Garen. Let's pick up the Garen. I'll probably end up cutting the Bright Steel Protector from the deck, but Garen is good and Concerted Strike is fine. Spell chest, slot bot, spells chest. So the same thing on both sides, except the ones on this side are rare. And we'll have to face off against Karmaset. Our ramp game plan doesn't really benefit from us going against Karmaset though, because we'll already have 10 mana at the start. And the full rallies every turn, that's scary. I don't know if we can deal with that. Let's just go for the other path. Let's try to mulligan aggressively so we can get Garen here at the start. Guess Wounded White Flame is also a good keep. The Challenger plus the regeneration are pretty good at keeping control of the board. For once, when I don't want my main champion in my opening hand, I get it. There we go. There's the Garen. Immediately get rid of every single Poro. Let's get the Wounded White Flame down. Blessing of Targon it. Let's kill there. One takes 3. Obviously he doesn't even bother blocking because he just has damage reduction just for existing.
Mama's home.
Yeah, let's deal 3 to everything. We'll just keep controlling the board this way. Keep throwing the Wounded White Flame. We have both the Concerted Strikes in hand. We can level up Garen here. Pull here. Unfortunately, we don't kill the mirror mage yet,
I see you.
so we just have to content ourselves with killing most of the opponent's units.
We must not relent.
Kayle is already at 10, so we can use her as a board clear next turn.
Something to reflect upon.
That's annoying. So he plays another one, yeah, I'm dropping down the Solari Shield Bearer.
Forward in the name of the Solari.
I guess I'll keep holding my spells. I could get rid of the Mirror Mage, but I need to throw a concerted strike away. I'll do it. Just do this, buff everything in my board up.
Do you like what you see?
He's not playing anything. Let's do this and drop down the Kayle. One last buff.
Punish the wicked.
If you place something here, you only have 2 blockers.
Got it.
So this should still be lethal, even without Kayle level up. Perfect. Managed to complete this encounter without taking any Nexus damage. That's incredibly important. The more health we can save until we get to the mid-boss, the better for us, because the mid-boss is going to be aggressive. Confront. We have the actually dragon allies. We have the wounded white flame, I suppose. That's a dragon. That's about it. Oh, the confront is not good enough. Let's roll. The Vine Clerk. That's the lifesteal I was talking about. But do I want a 1-drop in my deck? I guess I'll take it. Spell chest. Hopefully we can find... No, none of these are that great. If only we could find something for the card we're generating, the Blessing of Targon. If we could give her it some items, that would be pretty good. But as is, none of those are good enough. We'll just pass. I think we want to keep our deck as small as possible, so we can have consistency on both buff hits and the cards that we get. Kayle. You guys should mulligan more aggressively for the Garen. We have a rough first turn. I don't even know what I want to do. Guess wounded white flame and we try to pull something.
Time for a leap of faith.
All the opponent spent all of his mana, so that's a huge benefit for us. If he decided to keep it for some sort of interaction, I'd be pretty screwed, because the opponent would get a buff. But as is, we're fine. Let's try to minimize damage taken. Kind of surprising of the opponent to just attack right away. Guess I'll keep doing this. We'll save the mana for the next turn. Unfortunately, the buffs are getting split amongst all of my cards. Finally, we get the Sacrificial Scholar to the point where we can just do this and clear everything. That's what I wanted, but I wasn't getting it.
Now who's got the upper hand?
I think it's about time we do the Divine Clerk. Ooh! The lifesteal procs on the damage from the Divine Clerk. That's good to know, because the way this is worded, it seems... Ah no! It deals 3 to all enemies, so the unit specifically deals 3. Okay, so yeah, then Life still does work on that damage. Let's do gift giver. Get a gem. Could do Kayle here. Do I even bother? I guess it's a pretty neat clear on everything. And we'll level up the Kayle once we attack.
Justice light my way.
The opponent might even die. Oh, he doesn't die, obviously. I was about to say he might even die if he decides not to block at all, but of course he decides to block. He wants the game to go on longer.
My light shines, just and righteous.
Well, at least he won't survive the next turn. He doesn't even bother attacking. Let's see if he does something now that I clear this board. Sinister Poro, and he stuns the Kayle. Well, that's as good of a turn as the opponent's ever going to get. And now he dies.
Glory and light.
He might stun the Kayle though. I figured as much. That saves him, doesn't it? Pretty sure that saves him. Well, the opponent bought himself an additional turn. Guess I'll do this on the Scholar. Just have nothing to do now, other than try and kill the opponent, but the stun is probably going to make it impossible. At the very least I won't be able to attack with Kayle anymore. And Kayle is the only overwhelmer I have.
Underestimate me. I dare you.
That's great for me, actually. Now we just play Kayle next turn and we clear the board and attack for game.
Here's our chance.
Unless the opponent draws an out.
Wicked shall fear my divine light.
Even if he draws an out, he has no board. So surely I can still kill him. He draws an out. Well, an out, quote unquote. He gets rid of the Kayle, but he doesn't get rid of all of the other units. Turns out picking up the Divine Clerk was the correct choice. We managed to get some good value out of it, with the lifesteal and whatnot. Rinfang Warden for the Fallen. Used Firebrand. Used Firebrand is another 5 attack unit that we can play right away. I think that has to be worth it, right? Just because it's a better turn 1. I'll save the 700 for the meditation encounter. Let's try to use it to cut some bad cards from my deck. Garen Fused Firebrand is a pretty good first turn. And then I guess I can keep the Crumbling Sands and Concerted Strike. At the very least we'll get rid of the Zed right away. That's one less problem. Yeah, you can play that all you want, it won't matter. Let's just attack with the Garen. Really? I guess he had the buff, so he was fine with trading Garen for the Lulu. But I have my own buff, so that won't happen.
Don't think I won't unmake you because I will.
I can hold the Solari Shield better for a turn. Let's get more value out of it by cutting down a full board of units instead of just 2.
Clad in shining sunlight.
I guess I can do this just so Garen levels up. It It won't proc this turn, but... Or it won't proc next turn, but the turn after that it will be relevant. It's the fused firebrand. What does the opponent do in response?
That's my resting.
Green Blade Duo. Fortunately, that's not good enough.
Hold up.
You're just going to lose.
Keep running, Kayle.
He might summon Zed here, but next turn I just play the Kayle. Normally, Kayle needs to stick on the board for one turn to level up and convert into a victory. Oh, didn't expect the opponent to attack right away. Guess it's fine because
You cannot
we
swing.
won't really have to worry about taking the damage because we'll heal up after the end of this encounter. But if we didn't have the extra health, we would be in a bit of trouble.
Mine is a solemn duty.
If the opponent has a way to survive this, I'll be impressed.
Where'd she go?
Like, I can even just buff the squirrel alone. That will get us there. But the opponent didn't have anything. Do I get some good rewards out of this? Draconic Hands with Mana Potion, Tiana Crown Guard for 6. I have to remember, basically Tiana Crown Guard also comes with a board clear attached to it. Champion Strength will have its costs discounted, but yeah, the 10 plus power only procs if it's a champion. So Tiana will always be a 6 mana card that deals 3 to everything. On the other hand, Champion Strength. Let's do Tiana. It has a more immediate impact on the board and it comes down earlier, even with the discounts on our spells. Yeah, I think I get rid of the Bright Steel Protector. Do I care about the Gift Giver? It gives us gems. Do I care about gems? I guess for now I care about gems. Then in that case maybe I cut the Winged Messenger. It's an elusive, but how many games have I won because of the elusive? Not many, I think. Let's cut it. And that's all I can cut. Ada Spirit, Champion Item Chest, Slotbot, Shop. Honestly, I'm very tempted to go for the left path. I don't really care about more rerolls. We still have 6. And an item for our champions, I don't think it's necessary. Let's just try to stack up on powers. And considering how well things have gone for us, maybe we can afford to take a bad power on the Ada Spirit encounter. And summon the Fused Firebrand right away. I'm going to pass, let's see what the opponent does. Really, it takes that pass. I didn't expect that.
The desert's price.
I was kind of hoping the opponent would place something first. That was greedy of me, extremely greedy. I didn't want to have my unit struck by the opponent summoning something. And now I pay the cost. It's fine, next turn I'll just summon the Wounded White Flame, clear everything. Maybe not, because that affectionate Poro has 5-5 for some reason. Ah, it's because of the spirit.
Sand and trouble far as the eye can see.
I have to get rid of that. I've really put myself in a bad situation. Guess I can do this. Heal up. And do this. Let's try to keep things under control, at least as much as possible. We don't have another. I guess the Blended Mystic is another clear.
We love it when they run.
And Kayle as well. Yeah, let's do Kayle. Kayle levels up at the next round start. So this should be fine. Even with the opponent getting 2 Poros here. Let's do the Sacrificial Scholar. I really want to keep stuff under control. Ricochet. Let's do this. Try to keep my units alive. This will buff everything by 1, so yeah, it makes it so our units are more likely to survive the damage. We level up the Kayle. I'm pretty sure the opponent has no interaction, so this should just be a win. Well, now we know. And I won't be as greedy on my first turn. Hopefully we can get something good on the shop. I still want the item for the Blessing of Targon. Spell Cascade, Draconic Hands, Mikhail's Blessing with Farsight Alteration. Spell Cascade is always good, especially if it gives something an epic item. Mihira, back to back. Chilling Prophecy is not good, let's roll it. Slow but steady, do we even have slow spells? No, I don't. The one slow spell I would have, the Shield Vault, is actually burst because of an item. Let's roll again. Fast deal. I guess it will be good enough. Why won't I Sworn Gauntlet on the Gift Giver? It's a card that's already in my deck, so an item for it should be fine. It's certainly better than the other options. At the very least it acts as a form of temporary removal or something big. I want this hand. Yeah, sure. If I'm not mistaken, this encounter won't be too bad in terms of early aggression. So I can afford to take it a little bit slow with my plays.
We're not taking it. We're taking it back.
Do I Pill Cascade here? Let's just try and get as many blessings off Targon as possible. The opponent will probably just replace something over this Vicaran Vagabond. Yep, figured as much. At least we have something to play next turn to clear most of the opponent's units. Ooh, Garen. Definitely playing that over everything else. Nothing really. That's a bit more impressive. Let's get rid of the unit that has regeneration. I guess I'll keep playing the Blessing of Targon, since the opponent doesn't want to do anything. Do I kill here? I can't level up Garen if I play Kayle. And I want to level up Garen, so I'll do this. Softens everything up. Upon those waking sands, that's fine. I'll do the gift giver. Clears everything. Opponent summons that. Actually, I might just kill the opponent here. Let's just do concerted strike. The opponent has 1 mana. What are the odds he has another unit that can act as a blocker here? Yeah, incredibly low. No point in keeping this game going for an additional turn just to play Kayle and level up the Garen. And I can just kill the opponent. And now we're at the end. Well, the end of this part of the run. All of these are pretty bad. Let's roll. Mihira, Zolani. Or the Judgment. I'm going to take the Judgment. Might actually be useful.
Tell you when I get
And win 3 encounters to get deep cuts. I thought for sure this was going to be like a legendary one. Then in that case this decision was probably a mistake. None of these are any good for us. Do I even bother re-rolling the highest rarity one? I'll do it once. Enemies and Indian indexes have tough. Honestly, does that change anything? It changes a few breakpoints on the opponent's units. I still think we can deal with that though. And lighting the way is okay as a power. Considering we have a vague spell focus, we will probably benefit from it. Let's keep this concerted strike and the crumbling sands, definitely keeping the Garen. Everything the opponent has will have tough, so they will survive 1 proc of our power. We'll need a second one to actually go through and kill the Irelia and the Azir. But at least the Poros are gone. Defiant Dance. Do I bother with concerted strike? Honestly, no. I'll take the damage here. Because even though I take a bunch of damage here, I'll get to replay the Garen for free. And apply the damage once again. We get rid of the Irelia. We have buffed up some of our units up. Do I want the Divine Clerk right now? I'll wait for the Divine Clerk. Might just go Kayle. Is it too early for Kayle? I can level up the Garen here actually. And if I'm leveling up Garen here, I should do Divine Clerk alongside it. Just because it fills out my curve better. Well, the opponent lost both of his champions. I now have a rally effect every turn. Next turn I can play the Kayle to clear everything. In a great position. I pull the trigger on the Kayle now. Honestly, I don't need to. I can just do Solari Shield better. It's basically the same thing. Opponent's board is not scary enough to warrant me overcommitting the Kayle. I want to attack. I guess so. I'll do it like this. just because I really want to ensure that the Divine Cleric hits and survives. Oh, the opponent doesn't even bother with blocking. That's by far the most impressive outcome. I thought for sure I guess it's because, like usual, he just takes significantly less damage because of the damage halving and his Nexus S stuff and all of that. Well then, time for Kayle, I guess. Is the opponent block with anything here? Irelia? I'll do this. Let's get rid of the Irelia before attacking. Shadow Assassin. For once the Luminous Orb actually pays off. Kayle can block elusive specifically. And the opponent's dead. Huh. Ineffective really wasn't that effective. I guess it will be a bit better once the autos go up to 3/3s. Anti-up, speed wraps, frost spikes. Definitely don't want anti-up. Kayle is sitting in my hand for quite a while. Speed wraps is redundant because Kayle already has quick attack and double attack. Guess I can make the Garen entry effect a bit better by doing frost spikes, and then Garen will deal 3+1 to everything. Honestly, yeah, let's do it. Now Garen is a board clear on his own. That was incredibly fast. How fast was it? Oh, it was actually 40 minutes. It felt like it was a bit shorter. So yeah, I guess that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.